Hi YouTube! So it hasn't been a long time since I uploaded my last video, so that is quite good, yeah? Okay, so I have a short review slash discussion video for you. I'm reading a lot, which is good. Um, so this book I started while I was co-reading another 4 books, which wasn't a good idea, but it had been on my wish list for so long, and I finally found it, and I had it, and I just wanted to read it. It's slightly over 100 pages, and it's brilliant. Okay, so it's called The Gladiator's Master by Faye Sutherland and Marguerite Labbé. It's a historical romance with 2 male characters. It also is an erotica book, but it has plot. It has a good plot. It is set in the ancient Roman Empire. Mostly it is set in Fidena and in Caere. Follows Caelius, which has recently acquired his uncle's villa, and Lidus. Lidus is like a training ground for gladiators, and basically it's like a sports team. You own a team and you make them fight against others in arenas, and if they win it's good for you, if they lose, yeah. So a bit of trigger warning, there is slavery, but Caelius is very different from his uncle, has very different views, and if he could, he would liberate most of the gladiators there, but the gladiators are very proudful, and most of them would not. Plus, some of them ended up as gladiators not because they were caught, but because they committed some crimes, and this was their punishment. So it follows Caelius, who has now a villa. He had his own villa in Caere, but now he has this villa in Fidena. And he has gladiators as well. And one of them happens to be someone that is introduced to him as Agron, but we get to know very soon that his real name is Gaidres and he is Thracian. I think it's needless to say that Thrace and Rome did not get on at all. Gaidres is very proudful. He catches Caelius's eyes almost immediately. Now, everyone knows that Caelius likes men, although he is married, but in those times being married was more of a political joining of families and acquiring of heirs. He gets okay-ish on with his wife Valeriana, which isn't with him at first. And Caelius really likes Gaidres. He thinks that he is very hot, and he wants to sleep with him, but consent is discussed very well in this book. So basically, Caelius is a hedonist, and he doesn't want unwilling partners. And also something that you get from the summary is that Caelius doesn't want to be the master in the bedroom. He actually wants to please Gaidres and wants to be taken by him. And this is a theme that I like a lot in books. Not that I think this is the first erotica book that I read and finished. Research in this book, by the way, was done really well, and it says in the author's note that they have read a lot and it shows, and I liked how some words were left in their Latin original name because there are no translations, and I thought that had a bigger impact. Also, a plot twist that shocked me personally towards the end of the book actually happened, so that gives a good reality basis for the book. Anyway, so Caelius, there's like domination and submission themes, and some of their kinks and fetishes, but mostly there is domination and submission. This actually killed Craxus, and he wants to do the same. to Kaelius, and he does not hide it from him, so Kaelius knows. Also, you feel for Kaelius that he is so sensitive. He knows that if you realize he falls in love with um, Guidress pretty early on, but he knows that if he says anything, um, Guidress will be skittish, so he has to keep quiet and hope for the best. And it did towards the end. There were a lot of tragedies, but there were a lot of happy moments as well. One of the happy moments is that Kaelius gets a son um, called Faustus, and Faustus also bonds with Guidress a lot, and Guidress likes kids. I don't know what you think, but I find this dynamic of the person that's supposed to be in power actually liking not being for a while and letting their guard down and someone else take care of them, while supposedly actually they still have the power to say stop. At least in this setting it made sense not to have that, not to have a safe word, because they would not have known such a thing. They would not, probably it wasn't in their culture to stop. But in today's modern culture, the sub actually has the power to say a safe word or say stop or no more, and supposedly everything stops there. Now, if it's a safe and trusting relationship, it would, but if it's not, like in any kind of relationship, then that is very problematic. But I find this inversion of power, especially in historical romance, for example, which I think it's not done so much. It's always so cliche that the person that is supposedly in power is actually in power also in the bedroom, um, or anything else. Actually, in this book, there are some sex scenes that are not, or one in particular that is not set in a bedroom. Um, yeah, it has some good sex scenes, this book, but I like this inversion, and it's not so found in books, especially not done so well. It wasn't cliche, and I liked how Kaelius and Guidress influenced each other. There was that connection, even though Guidress at first thought it was, hatred, and Kaelius thought it was just a sexual connection, but it evolved for both of them from there. Um, but even from the very beginning, and those strong connections are usually the ones that hook you in, there was a connection that couldn't be denied, and they influence each other, like they challenge each other, they make promises and they keep them. um, for example, the first sex scene that we have, Guiders acts more in anger, so there is this sort of Tapcon element, because he, and there is talk on this, on willingness, and also on choices, and even if you find yourself pleased and aroused, um, but still maybe you may not have been willing. However, Guiders acts more in anger, uh, but it, I don't, for me it wasn't Tapcon actually, it was just rough sex and angry sex. I think it was consensual from both parts, and later on, all acts were pretty consensual. So that was good, because I find a problem with, especially with male slash fiction, that you would always have non-consensual sex or even blatant rape. So all in all, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Um, I think I withheld that 1 star because I'm trying to be more um, not. I give 4 and 5 stars pretty easily, and I'm trying not to do that. There was one thing in the book that really bothered me, and it's related to grammar. Basically, the names that ended with S still got an apostrophe S of possession. You know, you say Gayatris's room, and instead of like just doing an apostrophe after the S, since there is already the S, um, the authors gave an apostrophe and an S. I'm not sure if those are different grammar rules, but as far as I know, you are not supposed to do that, and it slightly bothered me, but the story hooked me in so much. I maybe, if I reread it, I would give it 5 stars. I don't know. But I highly recommend that you read this book to branch out or to continue what you already are reading. So for now, that's it. Hopefully, I will see you soon. Bye.